Okay, hello everyone, this is Mr. Brun here again, and it's time for Let's Learn DJ. In this video, like all the others, we're going to go over his strengths and weaknesses, his main buttons, combos, game plan and stuff, and then take what we've gone over and learned and actually try him out online and see how we do. Overall, just as a character, DJ is extremely fun. I think out of the entire cast, the consensus is that DJ is the coolest, most unique, obviously the biggest glow up as well from previous games. He is just so cool with all of his different options he has. There's so many different ways to play him. Like you can play him like the Guile, like where you just keep throwing air slashers and then anti-air with your hey-hey-heys. Or you can like be up close a Vortex character where you're just doing this stuff over again and like loop and loop and loop. He's got all these interesting safe jumps with his like jumping knee where he can change his jump arcs and stuff. He's also the fake out character where you can go buttons into all these 3 different fake outs with like one of them basically being a command jump that can cross up and do ridiculous stuff. He just has so many things. He also has crazy damage with his machine gun uppers. He just has everything as an extremely fun, and that's not even to mention this bloody level 2, which I'll try my best to land here. I did not land. Let's try one more time. Wah, 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 wah. I did it. It took me a lot of time to understand how that works, but just everything he has is either so fun, so unique, or just a tool, and he has every tool. Even his level 1 is crazy because it does little damage, but it can be working as a punish counter that starts combos. He just is such a fun, crazy character that just has a plethora of fun options and an infinite ways to play him that I don't think there is anyone that wouldn't enjoy playing him somehow. Even if you hate charge characters, you don't even have to use these projectiles. Just play him rush down and use his like command inputs. You'll be totally fine. He's so fun. Anyways, let's actually start the stuff. So we're gonna go over his buttons first. His light punches, the standing one is actually his fastest 4-frame button, and they both have about the same frame data on block, just -1. Pretty normal, they're just jabs. Standing light kicks and crouching light kick are both pretty good in terms of range. They hit like about, Ryu range. Standing light kick I think is actually slightly above average. He leans pretty far forwards and it's pretty decent. It's actually plus on hit, which they usually are like -2 instead of +2, and his is very safe on block. So a pretty good light kick that you can actually, chain into itself or into punches, pokes. Go into combos from a low, which is really good. Because going for lows is always good because, it catches people trying to walk back or, just not expecting to block low. They're just a lot more useful if you can use a crouching light kick instead of a crouching light punch. Without it kind of having trade-offs of speed or safety, then you may as well always go for it. It catches a lot of people just for little habits that they have of not blocking low. And standing light kick is a really good far-reaching fast button. It's only 1 frame slower than his fastest button, and it has good range. So off of a lot of things where you're like ever so slightly plus, you can go for this and use it as a way to extend into combos. And it's also his best light that can cancel into things. So most of his lights, like his crouching light punches, the only thing you can cancel it into is his down forward medium kick. Whoops. Which is good, that's a really strong thing, but you can't go into his down forward heavy kick. But his light kick can. So if I ever have something like, what's this? This is +5, right? Yeah, so if I go for this and I see it hits, or this, I can combo that and then go into the heavy version, which is a really cool, like, vortexy standing vortex situation. So his standing light kick is just a great poke, great combo filler, and yeah, it's just lovely. And of course, since it's great, it can cancel into your heavy down forward kicks. Of course, it can also be used for the Daigo special, where you can drive rush into buttons. I think you can even go into some mediums, depending on how fast they are. No, okay, just into punches. But then, of course, you can go into, I don't know, whatever else afterwards. Really, really good light button. So yeah, good lights. Now for mediums, his standing medium and crouching medium punches are both pretty good. Just like a lot of characters, his standing medium punch is kind of his pressure tool. It's +2 on hit block, which is pretty good. Usually if it's a plus medium punch, it'll only be like +1 or something. +2, 7 frames, so very, very fast. Unfortunately, it does push you like really quite far away, so if the opponent does block this, you're left in a distance where not much is going to hit, but your trusty light kick will work. Which means that if you ever get like a jump in or you're ever close to the opponent and you're going for pressure with this, going for your medium punch into your light kick is going to be like the right option no matter what. Because if they get hit, you get this combo, or if they block, it's like a frame trap and you're -2 from all the way over here. You know, of course, you can always be sneaky and go for some evil stuff like this, or even go into air slashers, which are super safe. So really, really good plus on block button, +2, and it leaves you in range for your really nice standing light kick. But other than that, it's not going to be used for too much because it's not cancelable. But it's great for pressure, and it's great that you can link it from pressure into actual combo connections. It also has its own target combo if you feel like an easier hit confirm. Or you just, I don't know, I'm not really sure what this combo's for other than the fact that it can combo into supers. So if you have gone for this and you're like, wait, it's hit, let me just combo into stuff, you can do that easy peasy. So it's like medium kick, medium punch, heavy kick. Free hit target combo, it's very unsafe, so make sure you don't do it on block. All of the hits are super unsafe, except for the first one, which is obviously plus. But if it does hit the opponent, well then, lovely, cancel to level 1, level 2, or level 3, no worries. And if you can time your level 2s, then it should do a nice chunk of damage. And that's not me. That's not me. Oh no, we'll get to level 2 later, and I'll be better at it then, I promise. So yeah, good pressure button, and it can go into a target combo to extend combos. Now, crouching medium punch is kind of his main end of a combo filler because it's 6 frames, has decent range for a 6 framer, and it's kind of just like a slightly better version of your standing light kick because you can, you know, go into stuff like this, and it's just slightly more damage than a light button. And because it's fast with 6 frames, it can connect after a lot of your good combo extenders like standing medium kick and crouching heavy punch. They both link into it just easily as long as you time it correctly. And that's how you're going to extend a lot of your combos, especially if you've done something like this. Or, that's a pretty common B&B combo you're going to see a lot with Deejay. And it just works because this is really nice medium that combos from a lot of your combo extenders. And that's basically the main use of it. And also it's his main like drive rush cancelable button, because a lot of his mediums and heavies are just not cancelable at all into specials or drive rush. So when you're pressing a button and trying to extend into a drive rush for pressure, like off of crouching medium kick, which, you know, we can't do, instead you're going to be using crouching medium punch and then drive rushing into your drive rush combos or pressure. So that's that button. Now for our medium kicks, as we mentioned, this medium kick is actually one of your best combo extenders, and it has a lot of functions. As you can see, it has pretty decent range for a 9 frame mid poke, which, yeah, as you can see, has great range, +6 on hit and -1 on block, so great frame data, great range, and only 9 frames, so you can throw this out a lot and be relatively safe. It's not cancelable, so maybe you'll get drive impacted, but, you know, just be careful. And what's really good about it is that if the opponent gets hit by it and you're close enough, well then you can link into your crouching medium punch. Or of course, if you wanted to make it a bit easier, you can go into your standing light kick as well. A crouching medium punch will just be more damage. And unfortunately, when you are like throwing it out as a neutral tool, although it is +6 on hit, you're not going to be close enough to go into like anything. So you can just use those plus frames to dash in for a drive rush or something, or just use it to go for like another button that is also long reaching. Or just loop it into itself. Really good button, good for pokes, and as we mentioned, it is also really good combo filler. So another cool button. Crouching medium kick, on another hand, is, you know, going with the theme of Deejay having very, very unique tools. His crouching medium kick is actually basically his sweep. So it hits low, but it knocks the opponent down. It doesn't put them in a hard knockdown, so they can technically roll away. But I don't think the roll puts them particularly far. Where does it? Here. So even if they get hit by this, and I do a dash in, I'm still plus and in their face. So you can just do a dash in whenever you hit this, and you're still +10, so you can go for like whatever you want. And even if they recover backwards, yeah, you're right on top of them. So what's good about this? Why do you want a sweep as your crouching medium kick? Well, it's a lot safer than regular sweeps, especially if you're not using it like point blank in the opponent's face. -6, even at kind of this range, which is kind of pushing it, could be safe. I think against Luke, who has some long-reaching 6-frame buttons, this could be unsafe. But against some characters without such great fast pokes, this is totally something you can just press and not die for, especially if you're using it more at the tip of its range, like around here where you want to be sweeping an opponent. -6, that's nothing. You're safe. So you've got this sweep that you can go for, and you know, everyone loves going for sweeps because you get an easy knockdown, you can like jump in on top of them, do whatever stupid psycho stuff you want, and it's just totally safer. And of course, if you apply a drive rush, that just makes it safer. You're -2, completely safe, and it's just really cool. So he's a very unique crouching medium kick where, you know, you can't cancel it into drive rush or anything for combos, but if it hits, you just automatically get a knockdown. You don't even need to go for a combo. And even if they do block it, you might be fine. It might be totally safe, which is really cool. Then we have a forwards medium kick, which looks like an overhead, but it is actually just a mid. The opponent can block it standing or crouching. It's actually his plus on block kind of pressure tool. Apart from his standing medium punch, which is, you know, the fast one, this is the advancing slow plus on block tool. And as you can see, when he blocks it, I'm +1 and right in his face. So that obviously leads to the potential for strike throw, or, well, yeah, obviously you can go for strikes instead of the throw, but it's really good. And if the opponent gets hit by it, as you can see, we've got that +5 there, so we can use our amazing standing leg kick to extend into whatever we like. Or I could drive rush or whatever there, but that's just a simple little combo. So a really good pressure tool. You can use it after jump-ins or like on the opponent's wake up. It's really not that slow for a forwards advancing big hitbox plus on block plus enough for combos button. So I suggest you see how much you can abuse this. It's pretty cool. And because he has such an amazing drive rush, which we'll talk about soon, you can just drive rush in with this thing and catch a lot of people, and you'll be +9, so you can go for some even more extended combos with stuff like this. And it'll just be even more plus on block, of course. +5, wow. And heavy punch and crouching heavy punch. Also a little bit unique. The crouching heavy punch is not kind of how most crouching heavy punches work. It's not an anti-air, as you can see, at all. It's not going to work. It's also not cancelable into specials or supers. It's kind of just similar to your standing medium kick. It's just combo filler, because you can see if the opponent gets hit by it, it's +6. It's also safe on block, I believe. Yeah, just -2. So you can throw this out if you feel like it. But I feel like its main purpose is to be like your post drive rush button, because it leaves you very plus and closer to the opponent than your standing medium kick. So you can use it to link into things like that. And even if you don't use it in a combo, you can just do it itself into crouching medium punch. So you can link a heavy into a medium, which is not super common in this game. And as you can see, starting a combo with a heavy, even just that simple short combo does a nice, decent chunk of damage. So make sure you throw this out if you feel like it. It's also really good for your punish counter, because it does leave you really close to the opponent, so you can go for stuff after it a lot more easily. Whereas the other obvious punish counter is going to be like a heavy kick, but it does leave you far away, so you have to go for a bit more of like a specialty combo or something. So, very good button, mainly for combo filler, but is totally safe if you throw it out in neutral. Standing heavy punch is kind of unique. It's a very active button with 6 active frames and decent reach, so if you use it from like the tippy of it, it becomes like +7, but if you are this far away, then most things won't connect except for maybe a standing leg kick. And that also just depends on how far you are, because the frame data will totally change from like +3 to +7 depending on where it hits. So it's very interesting, very variable move depending on the spacing. And that also applies on block. If I use it up close, it's punishable at -4, but then from far away, oops, wrong sweep. Bro, actually I'm just gonna make him block. It can become like 0 or +1 if you hit it at the very last active frame. So, very interesting move. It has the classic active frame shenanigans of being minus or plus, but it's also variable in its cancelability depending on how far away you use it. So if I use it up close, I can easily cancel into special moves. It makes it a very damaging option in combos because I can link into my medium 100 hand slaps machine gun upper, or in a juggle I can go for the heavy version, so that's really good. But if I'm not really close to my opponent, it actually isn't cancelable on its late active frames, so I just can't cancel it into anything. As you can see, I'm mashing the input there, it didn't come out. So interesting, use it from a distance, it becomes more plus and more safe, but using it close, it actually works as a combo tool. So just keep that in mind, which also means that if the opponent is impacting you or something, you know, you can keep it totally safe and cancel into drive rushes or whatever, but from afar, it's just this interesting, very active poke. But do be careful, I believe it does whiff on crouchers from afar, so it's not something you can just throw out and be like, haha, plus frames, because it'll just go over their head. So, another interesting button. I'm intrigued to see what like specialty uses there could be for it. I think especially after drive rush, because he has this amazing drive rush and this has a bunch of extra distance on it and active frames, it could be really useful in that situation, but it just seems a little bit hard for you to use when you're picking him up because it's just so variable. Now for our heavy kicks, 12 frames, +1 on hit, and he's not blocking anymore. And -5, so only safe if you space it out correctly. But it, you know, just like most heavy kicks, that's going to be his key punish counter combo that puts the opponent in like a big spinning state, where if he, I turned it off. So as you can see, he goes like twirling around, and depending on how close I am to him, I can combo into something like this, or I can try and like drive rush for an interesting combo, and go for something like that, I don't know. Little drive rush combo. I'm sure there's more optimal stuff you can do, but the only thing I don't like about it is that if I do use it as a punish counter, you need to know a specialty combo with the drive rush to get in or something, or you just press another long reaching button. Otherwise you won't really get a punish from mid-screen. That's why I prefer to use crouching heavy punch, because it leaves me a lot closer and I can go into stuff a lot more easily. And go for it like this, which is just far more easy because that's the combos we are already using. And yeah, long reaching, not cancelable, but it's your standing heavy kick, it's your long reaching poke and good for punish counters. And it's relatively safe. Crouching heavy kick, on the other hand, is another interesting button we have. It is like a slide, but it's just crouching heavy kick, it's not down forward or anything. It puts the opponent in a hard knockdown when they get hit by it, because it is technically his sweep, but because it's a slide, it has a lot of active frames, which once again means its frame data can be very variable, but most of the time it's going to be pretty punishable for most distances. I think it hits just like a little step in from round start distance is the maximum reach of it, but it's very hard to make safe even from the maximum distance. As you saw there, it was kind of -4, -5, so a little risky, but hey, slides are always really cool. I imagine you can go into projectiles and things with this, and if it hits the opponent on the late active frames, I imagine I'll be hella plus and in a hard knockdown, so I can go for some cheeky jump over his heads, go for cross-ups or whatnot. And yeah, slides are cool. I love a slide. But I think that's all its main utility is. If it hits as a punish counter, I think it just hits, yeah, just like a sweep. It's just an extra long hard knockdown. This back heavy kick, oops, back to normals, is a really fast anti-air. It's also double hitting if you're up close, and it's also cancelable from both hits, so it's really good as combo filler, as an anti-air. You can hit the opponent super high out of the air, and it's very fast, so if anyone's jumping in on you, try to jump over this projectile like we were just talking about. You can kick him out of the sky, and that also means you can cancel and try and go for some cancels and stuff like that, but because it's cancelable, it can also be used in combos. I like to use it after stuff like this, and then whoops, stuff like that. It's a really good button, beautiful combos, and a really, really excellent fast anti-air that can be done while holding backwards, which you cannot do for most anti-airs, which means you can be walking away, see the opponent jump, just boop, kick him out of the sky. Really, really cool. And I think I forgot to mention 2 target combos. There's one on his light punch, and also where is the command list? He's got a target combo from his light punch. And yeah, also there's a slightly different target combo from his medium punch I forgot to mention. Oh yeah, and we've got aerial buttons as well. But from the light punch, you can just go light punch, medium kick, and that means you can just get a super easy hit confirm combo if you don't feel like going for this into a special move. You can use some pokes into this light attack string, depending on how close you are. Like that. Very, very simple, and you're left +2, so it's kind of similar to if I managed to do a light combo and end in this, where you're left +2 close to the opponent. So it's just like the light combo equivalent of that, where I'm left close enough to go for strike throw, and just an easy combo, but it is very something you don't want to do on block. Oh, actually the first 2 hits are safe, -3. That's pretty cool. So you've got these like links you can do on block that are like interesting. And there's a little gap to catch people mashing. That's pretty cool. But the 3rd hit, yeah, okay, -8. So definitely potential to be punished there. But that's really cool. A standing leaves the opponent standing for strike throw, and is actually kind of safe. Very, very cool. And we mentioned this medium punch attack string where you go medium punch, heavy kick, and you can cancel into supers. But you can also change it and go medium punch, heavy punch. And then that's a totally different attack string. As you can see, it doesn't actually completely combo. But what's different about this one is, unlike this one that is really, really unsafe, if you go for this one, it actually is safe. Like, so if you accidentally do dial in the first 2 hits, I'm only -8, which is a lot better than whatever the other one left us at. Hello. -11. And depending on the spacing, it can be safe. But what's cool about this is if I do the whole thing, and pretend the opponent was blocking the whole thing, there's a little gap there, obviously, so it can catch people mashing and get a counter hit, but it's also like a bunch safer with pushback, and you have the ability to do some fake outs. So if I do back heavy punch, he actually doesn't do the thing, so we get our first fake out we're going to be talking about when, you know, they're just blocking, and then if you fade right in front of their face, that means you can just go straight into a throw and catch them off guard, because they thought they were going to get hit by the last hit, but they did not. And yeah, those are all the target combos now. Now for his jump-ins. Kind of the best jump in, like most characters, can be his jump heavy kick. It's got great horizontal and vertical reach. He actually kicks like decent bit downwards, so you can use it kind of high, and you can use it from really far away. So really, really good jump in there. Kind of the slightly more deep hitting one is the jump heavy punch, because he punches straight downwards, so you can use this nearly at the very tip of your jump arc. But it doesn't have the greatest hitbox. Jumping medium kick is kind of your easy cross-up buttons. Even if you jump pretty close to the opponent, this thing will still hit cross-up. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, you can actually beat like nearly right on top of them. Usually characters don't have that. Jumping medium punch is, like most characters, gonna knock down, but he actually has a target combo off of the jumping medium punch with heavy punch, where not only does the medium punch just knock down, but you also get more damage and a better knockdown where they're right in front of you, so we can go for our dandy steps, mix-ups, or whatever, then now that we have this nice knockdown right in front of us. And now for the most important jump in, he has a command button jump in where he presses down light kick. Now this thing's pretty crazy for a bunch of reasons, because it changes a lot of properties of regular jump-ins. So as you can see, if I do regular jump-in like this one, it only has 5 active frames, so I just have to press it when it is going to hit the opponent. I have to jump into range and then press it, and it'll hit it. This one can have like upwards of 20 active frames, and it's just really... there's so many weird things about this. So it does hit light, so it will be sometimes a little bit hard to combo off of for anything except for like some light punches, but it has a ton of active frames, so you can use it at any height and it'll just fall down on the opponent. It's also great for cross-ups because it can fall over the opponent and you can use it off of your feint as well, and cross up to the other side of the opponent. It's a little easier to do off of the feint if you space it correctly, which I'm not going to apparently. I promise it can be used for cross-ups. And because it's so active, it makes it really good for safe jumps. And what also makes it very good for safe jumps is it's a little hard to see, but if I just do a regular jump, you can see how long it takes and how high I jump, and you can see in the bottom of the screen it says total of 45 frames for that jump. But if I jump and go straight into a down medium light kick, the total is now only 31 frames, and I jumped less high. So you actually change your jump arc and your jump becomes smaller, which means you can get safe jumps off of things that usually wouldn't be safe jumps. Usually in this game, the magic number for a safe jump is about 42. So if I get this knockdown, that's 42. So I can go for a traditional safe jump, where I jump in on my opponent and get that kind of thing. And we'll talk about that later. If the opponent DP'd me, I wouldn't get hit by the DP. But with thanks to this, I can do a safe jump off of things that aren't fully plus 42. So I can do something like this, which is only plus 39. I think it can be even down to plus 38, depending on what you use. But this becomes a safe jump because he changes his jump arc and your jump isn't as high and DPs won't hit you even from things that have less plus frames than plus 42. So it's a very interesting move and very abusable, because it's very, very hard to anti-air with all the active frames it has. It's just really funky, and DJ players spam it a lot, and I suggest you try that. Now, just other normal things is drive impact. Once again, very long-reaching drive impact with a nice long kick at the end. Yeah, it's a drive impact with average startup time. Now, something that is not average is his dash speeds. His first dash speed in is like basically Jury's, 19 frames and decently far-reaching, so he can do the stuff where he's just hanging around here and then just dash in and grab you or poke you or something because it's so quick. But his drive rush dash is on another level. This is not normal. This is the best drive rush in the game. He just basically teleports to the other screen with this drive rush. This is not normal for characters, particularly after playing someone like Manon or Zangief or even Jury. Drive rushes do not go this fast to the opponent. He can just be around this distance and instantly drive rush in with a button, and he's just in. And he's on top of his opponent. He's got plus on block buttons. It is so ridiculous, which has a lot of practical applications. Like if I do my EX projectile, it means I can easily combo off of it thanks to my drive rush being so quick. So I can even do it from like 3/4 of the screen or further. And if I don't mess up combos, you can get a combo from it as well. Just an easier way of getting a combo, but it reaches so far. You can use it in neutral to go for plus on block things, a sweep to catch them just from like a 3/4 of the screen, instantly dash in for a safe low, like go in for combos. From plus on block normals, this is just a wacky ass drive rush, but considering the fact that he's also a pretty decent zoner, just being able to instantly be in on top of you suddenly because you're like, oh, walk in, parry, like get through all these projectiles he's throwing at me, and then suddenly I just dash in with a safe low. You're not expecting that, and I can dash in with plus on block normals and so much stuff. This drive rush is just next level. Okay, so all of his normals were already pretty unique and interesting and have a lot of linking potential that a lot of characters don't have. Have some great frame data and great uses and just general uniqueness that a lot of characters do not have out of their normals. But it's time we get into the specials, which just take it to a whole new level. And let's start with the Shoto things. So he's got flash kicks and he's got a charged projectile. Now, charge inputs, just if you're not aware, basically his projectile is backwards and then forward and a punch to do his projectile. But you have to hold backwards for about half of a second. Specifically, I think it is 45 frames. So if you look at the little frame counter on the top left here for my inputs, if I hold it for exactly 45 frames and then press forwards, well, that was 43. There you go, that was 49, and then I press forwards and punch afterwards, I get the projectile. If I just hold it for underwards, I'm not going to get the projectile because you need to get that hold back for 45 frames before it'll come out. Luckily, also down back diagonally, as you can see up here, once again, you can look at my inputs there. Down back also counts as backwards, so I can just be crouching here and just wait for moments And every time I do something in neutral, I'm basically going straight back to down back, which means that I can go for a projectile whenever I want because I've been holding down back and I've got those 45 frames of back to throw my projectiles. And that's what the charge is. People say charge input or charge stuff. It's not like you're holding the button like Marissa. It's holding the down back to do the input afterwards. And the same applies for the DPs, where you have to hold down and then press up and your kicks, and then you'll get your DPs. It actually only takes 40 frames, I believe, or even 35. No, 40. So you can do it slightly faster, but still you need that full over a half second of charge time. And luckily it also applies to down back. So when I'm holding down back, that means I can freely go into a projectile or a anti-air whenever I want, which is super, super powerful in neutral, obviously. Now, for the actual special moves themselves, these projectiles are pretty interesting. The light version, just like all of his special moves, is a feint. So it has like the startup of the projectile where he makes that like big, bright golden fist, but then nothing comes out. Which means if the opponent, is kind of trying to walk in and parry my projectiles or jump over them or something, going for this one is just going to be a win-win, because then they're going to accidentally just parry and waste their drive gauge, and they're just going to keep wasting it if they keep doing that and not actually getting hit by the projectile. Or if they try and jump at you, of course, you can go for some of your amazing anti-airs, like your back heavy kick, which I just realized I forgot to mention. Anyways, back to the projectile. Sorry about that. Just a bad memory. If we do the medium or heavy version, he actually throws the projectile. They both have around 17 frames of startup, and the heavy one, he throws 2 projectiles. These are just generally really good. They're no sonic boom, but they're very, very good projectiles. They travel decently fast, and they're decently plus and have great frame data, even if you're up close. So if I do it like after some block things, they are only like -1. It can even become 0 depending on how many things they block. So you can kind of use them up close to keep yourself safe if you do have the charge, which can be kind of cool. See, that is like automatically 0. Yes, there's obviously a gap, but it's just a cool option. And for full screen, that also means that they're going to become very plus. Yep, they're just good projectiles. The double hitting one means that if the opponent does block it from full screen, it will degrade more of their drive grade. See, it takes like a whole half there, whereas this one only takes about like a third, or even like less than a quarter. So going for the 2 hitting one most of the time is generally better, but that also means if the opponent does jump over it or do something that beats projectiles, it'll have a better chance of punishing you because you're just spending longer doing the animation because you throw 2 of them at 60 frames. Where if you just throw the single one, there's a chance that you might have potential to be safe from their jump in or their whatever anti-projectile move they're doing. So generally, if I'm full screen and my opponent's just trying to walk and block, I'll just go for the 2 hitting most of the time. But if they are a bit crazy with their movement, with jump ins and dashes and stuff, I'll just go with the 1 because, it's fast, travels a little bit slower, so it has slightly better frames, and it's generally a slight bit safer. So those are his projectiles. Really, really good start for a Shoto character, but that's not what he is. The OD version, by the way, makes this big double hitting like ring projectile that is extremely plus. It can also be used in combos. There's a combo trial with it, and if it hits the opponent like on its own in neutral, it'll launch the opponent into the air. You can drive rush in and get a combo upwards, or you can just choose to not get a combo like I do a lot. I find it easier, especially if I'm over like at this distance. You can actually drive rush in and then get like these down forward kicks, and then you don't have to time getting a button afterwards. So combo of it super easily thanks to your amazingly quick drive rush, which also means that if they block it, you can just drive rush in and you're just plus and on top of them, and it's barely a gap. So you're just instantly in for only 3 bars, which is just like a regular drive rush cancel. So pretty worth it in my opinion. You either get a combo or like gapless pressure from full screen. Now, the flash kicks. Just like the projectiles, the light version is also a feint, but we'll talk about that afterwards. The medium version, he does 2 kicks. The heavy version, he does 3 kicks. Now what's kind of cool about the medium version is that it can actually juggle into the heavy version, depending on how close you are to the opponent, or if you're in the corner, it'll work super easily. So that's really fun, and that does mean that it's a good way to practice your like charge inputting. So you have to hold down to do the medium version, and then right after you do the input, hold down again so that you can press up and heavy kick as soon as you're able to. That's a really cool thing and so satisfying, especially when he goes, hey, 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 after the heavy one. But these are also pretty decent anti-airs. Unfortunately, they don't have the greatest hitboxes. You have to use them at a pretty particular range. But the OD version kind of is just a slightly improved that just does a bit more damage and is fully invulnerable, so you can use it on Wake Up as a reversal for full invincibility. Now, the light version is pretty unique. It's the faint one, but it also puts you into the air, so it kind of just acts like a command jump because you can still press your jumping buttons afterwards. So I can just use this either like on hit or on block as a way of doing some weird funky stuff that your opponent just does not expect in this game. There are not normally like command jumps or things that reset pressure as well as this does. So if I'm like even in a combo and I just want to be sneaky and not actually end it how I normally would, I can just go into this and then reset my pressure and be on top of them again. It also works really well as a way of going for your safe jumps. So if I do get a safe jump knockdown like this, I can use this as my way for going for safe jumps. And I can even use like the heavy kick or whatever afterwards. It's just really interesting tool, automatic safe jump. And like I mentioned, you can use it after pokes. People generally, especially since it's like, you know, week 1 or whatever, are not ready to anti-air this, to block the cross-ups, to do whatever against it. Of course, there are going to be easy ways, even just like jumping back into buttons or jabbing him out of it. But I suggest you try and abuse this all you can, because it's interesting how much the opponent ends up falling for this a lot. It's just really cool. Use it on knockdowns or after hitting your opponent for a really cool command jump. And now we've got his like regular input special moves. So down back punch is his machine gun uppers, and they're basically just his enders, his big damage. That was a light version, this is the medium version, it's slower and more damage, and the heavy version is exceptionally slow but does an exceptional amount of damage for a single special move that you can actually combo into pretty often. Especially after simple stuff like this, you can just go heavy punch into your heavy machine gun upper, and usually wall slump combos do not do that much damage, especially if it's just a button into a special. So something this simple doing this much damage is not normal, and also leads to a safe jump, but we'll talk about that afterwards. Generally the light one is going to be, if you want to get like more damage after your mediums, you can go for your light machine gun upper. The medium machine gun upper can combo off of heavy punch normally, so if you do get like a punish counter on your crouching heavy punch and then you combo into your standing heavy punch, you can go for something like this. And the heavy version will only combo if you have some kind of extra hit stun. So maybe after a drive rush, or a punish counter, or as we mentioned, if the opponent is in a juggle state from a drive impact, you can combo into it from a standing heavy punch and just get a glorious amount of damage. Now, the light and medium versions are cool, and they are nice chunks of damage for the simple enders that they are, but the heavy version is not only beautiful damage, it is a beautiful knockdown, surprisingly. So it just does everything. As you can see there, if I hit it normally, it's just 40, but the most common situation you're going to be hitting it is like as some kind of juggle combo ender or something like, and as you can probably imagine, plus 42, which means you can go for a super easy safe jump, either just with a regular jump or using your command jump light DP thingy thing. These can work mid-screen, but if the opponent does roll backwards, not really going to work because, well, obviously they will just jump out of range of most of your jump-ins. But if you are even slightly close to the corner, there's a good chance that your jump-in will still connect, depending on which ones you use. If I used medium kick there, it would have connected, as you can see. But in the corner is where this becomes really nasty, because your unblockable drive impact in the corner just leads to this amazing damage and easy pressure. I just jump and go for heavy kick, and that's a safe jump. And if you don't know what a safe jump is, that means that if... Wait, I don't have wake up reversals mapped for this guy. If he goes for his OD or any wake up thing to beat my jump in, usually like it works. If I jump and try to do a jump in, he can just counter me, hit me out of the sky. But this has the perfect amount of hit stun that I actually recover before his thing hits. And if I hold down back after my jump in, as you can see, I block the DP, then I can go for a full punish afterwards. So I just go for a jump in heavy kick, and I get an easy punish counter, but if he doesn't go for it, it still combos, which is the magic of the safe jump. And I'm plus 15 there, so after that I can go for my like really damaging simple combo loops like that. Just a simple jump in into a simple combo like that. That was a nice chunk of damage, 3060. That's not normal stuff, that's DJ stuff. And even if the opponent is blocking after this knockdown, let's pretend we did the combo into the safe jump. If they're blocking, then you get the jump in and you're hella plus in their face. You can go for strike throw, you can go pressure with all your plus on block normals and stuff, and it's just really powerful that in the corner, drive impact is so scary because it leads to great damage. And thanks to the machine gun uppercut, it does the great damage and it does this great knockdown that leads to a super easy safe jump that you can still technically use mid-screen. And I'll just try and show it, but if the opponent doesn't recover, it's a bit easier. Oops. You do have to wait for them to be in the air, so you have to wait a bit or do a dash in. As you can see, you can still do the safe jump. There's a chance that they might escape it if they recover backwards. So this is just so cool, so much damage, and amazing Oki for your normal combo ender. Yes, please. And the OD version, whoops, is kind of just an OD version. It's only a little bit more damage than the heavy version. It has further pushback effects, so if you want to go into zoning, but also what's kind of good about it is that it can, you still can't combo into it normally, but you can use it to go into your level 2. If you're able to do your level 2 successfully. But yeah, it's a cool way of extending into some pretty easy damage. Really cool stuff. Wow, yeah, I'm so good at this level 2, damn it. Okay, next special. We've got down back kicks and down forward kicks. Also, we've got this Maraca charge, but it kind of just builds your super meter, but I don't think you're going to use it that much, so it's kind of just a taunt. Anyways, so down forward kicks are just these simple kick combo enders. The light version, just like all of our lights, is the feint, 26 total frames. So it's kind of one of your best feints if you want to like loop into like grab resets. Because although all of your cancels will be basically gimmicks, except maybe off of your heavies or whatever, you're going to be generally minus. But, you know, people expect something to come out, so they're blocking, and then you go for a throw, and then booyah, that's the point of a feint. Yeah, very gimmicky, but because it moves you forward, you could just easily go into a throw off of whatever. That's kind of cool. The medium kick version actually does a strike, and it's pretty fast, so you can combo fit off of your lights, and it knocks the opponent down for a pretty decent knockdown. You can get a dash in and still be plus, and plus enough to like chase down their rollback or whatever. So that's a really good option. And the heavy version does 2 kicks and leaves the opponent standing at +2, which is one of your most common combo enders, because left this close to the opponent at +2, that is very obviously means we're gonna go for some very violent strike throw, very potent strike throw. The opponent really just has to guess. And yeah, obviously going for the throw is the throw option. And then if you go for a strike, you can either press your medium punch, which is, you know, our plus on block, decently fast normal, or you can just go into like little pokes. And if they get hit, you can get the knockdown. But I like going for the medium punch because if they block it, we're still plus, so I can still walk forward and go for a throw after going for my strike. And if they get hit by it, we can go into this loop. Whoops. Hey, yo. And it kind of loops itself if the opponent is trying to mash or something. Because this is 7 frames though, the opponent can technically mash out of it, but they have to be mashing on their lights, which will be beaten by a throw, I believe, and obviously by any other poke you use. But I really like this because, as you can see, it's a plus on block normal, and it loops into itself with this pressure. So that's kind of cool. You always have the potential of going for a throw, or going for a poke, or things into a feint, into this, or stuff into fireballs to keep yourself safe. He just has a lot of options, so the opponent has to be pretty thoughtful about what they choose to counter you. So So those are his kicks. They're really good enders. The medium one gives you a nice knockdown if you want to get some corner carry or just, you know, knock down Oki. But the heavy version does more damage and you get these cool like standing resets. And you use it after combos like this. And you can loop them over and over again. Okie dokie. And you can also use them in juggles as a way of ending a combo. So if I do a combo like this, I can use this little kick there. As a nice little knockdown, try rush in afterwards, whatever I like. Good normal special moves to end combos, so you don't have to rely on doing charge inputs to end your combos like most charge characters do have to do. Then our down back kicks is kind of just like faint, tricky stuff incarnate. This is dandy step, so I don't think that any of the versions actually have much of a difference. You can press light, medium, or heavy and it'll all be the same. So he does this little step backwards where, of course, even just this first part is useful because it is automatic like throw shimmies. So if I am close to the opponent, I'm making it seem like I'm going to walk up for another throw. I can actually just walk up and go for this, and then that throw whiffs, and then I've got all these follow-ups afterwards. If I press light kick, I go for a low. If I press medium kick, I go for an overhead. If I press heavy kick, I get this launcher, which ends combos. And if I go for forwards punch, he just dashes in, which is projectile invincible, by the way, so I can use this to run through projectiles and maybe punish the opponent. And then if I press forward punch and then back punch, he also dashes back away, so if they try to throw you after doing that, then you get a punish on their throw. There's just a lot of things coming out after this, and they're all really good. For example, this low, safe. -3 from a 50-50 cancelable special move, where you dash back, go for this low, -3, completely safe. Pretty awesome. And if it's a counter or punish counter or anything, obviously becomes a bunch more plus, and you can lead into your combos. The overhead, as another example, is also really good. It's not only safe, it's plus. So you have this 50-50 mix after your dandy step, which maybe can be fuzzied or whatever, I don't care. Because you can delay them and stuff, it's gonna be pretty hard to block. We've got a low that's safe, and we've got an overhead that is plus. So you can cancel this off of things or go for it, like on Oki. But plus on block, overhead, we've got this plus on block tool, this plus on block tool, this plus on block tool, these safe projectiles, these feints, like... He is full of pressure potential, this guy. So the projectile, if it does hit the opponent though, it does knock down and you're never really going to get on anything off of it, I don't believe, even if you cancel into it. I don't even know if you can cancel into level 3. No, I don't think you can. But it's a plus on block overhead, what more can you want? The heavy kick combo ender, you definitely don't want to cancel into. Very unsafe. Just use your 50-50s on block, just calm down, use your combo ender in a combo. And the dash in, I guess, can kind of just be used for a throw, but I don't know. That's even too gimmicky for me to say. I think if you want to go for loops into throw or feints into throw, just go for your down forward kick. This is mainly either just for using after like a throw bait to get like a close-up counter or to run through projectiles, as we mentioned. And yeah, that's basically this tool. It's pretty cool. It can be EX'd, so that when he does a dash, he actually throws the opponent into the air, which means it just becomes a super easy combo extender. So I can go for combos like this. And it only costs me 2 bars, so I don't even need to use a drive rush to get a big, awesome, flashy combo, which most characters do have to do. And it's off of just my regular hits. You can do this off of basically anything, as long as you're not really far away. But see, if you use it at the max range of some stuff, it won't connect. But from general ranges where you're getting easy hit confirms, it will connect. And then you can go into the heavy kick combo ender, and then you can either just end it like with special moves like this, which is plus 35, so you can kind of go for some potential safe jumps depending on how early you can do this. So you, yeah, easily just go into special moves as a simple combo ender. Even just that is a nice chunk of damage just for a single EX special move, easy hit confirm. that's a nice chunk of damage, a nice knockdown, and a nice amount of corner carry, but you can also drive rush afterwards. And I like to do this combo where you go back heavy kick, into the sway again, and then go for the heavy kick launch again, and then you can end in special moves. And I think in the corner you can even end in your DPs. So really, really cool, nice chunk of damage, and it leads into our safe jumps once again, which is so beautiful. And then also, if you don't feel like ending in the launch again, you can end the combo differently and go for your so this will obviously let me go for some safe jumps depending on the height or whatever, but generally pretty cool, easy way for going into that. Or of course, I can maybe make it from a different button. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit easier. Just use heavy punch instead. Go for my safe jumps. La la la, Bob's your uncle. He's got great damage, great combos, and this is just another great way of going for them from a simple hit confirm. And because it's your combo extender, like you can kind of generally safe it, use it on block. The follow-ups other than the launch don't really become that great if the opponent is blocking. What am I doing? So if I use this on block, as you can see, oh wow, that combos off of my lights too? Okay, only if I'm really close though. That's crazy. Anyways, if they get, if they block this, and I go for these, let's just block all. If I go for the low, it's still safe, but the overhead I think yeah, it doesn't become plus, but you've still got this like amazing launcher that you can use from everything, and as long as you're not dialing into the whole combo, you can go for it and be like, oh, oops, that's actually not a combo, he didn't get hit by it. I can still go for safe 50-50s afterwards from my combo extending OD special move. Isn't that ridiculous? That's pretty ridiculous, huh? So yeah, this guy's just so cool. I'm just gonna check I didn't miss any special moves, because this guy does have a lot of stuff. Yeah, we talked about the Sobat kicks, machine gun uppers, the sway with his just cool, and his dash and his stuff afterwards. So that's all of his special moves. Now his supers are just as interesting. It's level 1 super, doesn't have the best range. Still pretty decent, and it's an invincible wake up. But what's really good about it is that if you do hit it either as a wake up or just in neutral as a punish counter, and he's not blocking all, it puts the opponent in this crumple state, which just like a drive impact means I can go into the same drive impact combos and safe jumps and shenanigans. And if I do hit them from further away, like maybe like we saw in the DJ gameplay, you hit from a Dalazim's long limb, you can just easily get a drive rush in and get basically the same thing. Or you can do some weird tricky stuff with this, I believe, but generally I think I'm just gonna dash in and get the something into my machine gun upper. Yeah, like that. Crouching medium punch into heavy machine gun upper. Then we get our beautiful knockdown and beautiful amount of damage from a wake up invincible super that starts combos, by the way, as long as it's a punish counter. Now, level 2 is interesting because it's, I mean, obviously it's interesting, it's like a rhythm game, but it also changes depending on which version of the move you use. So there's a light punch version, medium punch, and heavy punch version. Just ignore all this extra input afterwards. It just changes depending if you press down forward, up for light, medium, or heavy punch. And it effectively just means the heavier the version, the more damage you'll get, but also the harder it'll be to execute. So now, hopefully now that I'm focusing on it, we can actually land these. So if I press down forward, light punch, and that's it, he's not going to do the whole thing. He'll just do that. Not much damage for a level 2 super. So after he hits them with the first knee, you have to go light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, light kick, medium kick, heavy kick. In this type of rhythm that the game says it's about rhythm, but it's not playing any kind of track for you to have rhythm to, and it also doesn't align with the actual attacks he's doing. You want to press them right after he actually does the attack. So if you do try and time it for like when he presses that first knee, it's not going to come out effectively. You want to do it like a split second after he does each attack. And once you have landed it once or twice, you can kind of remember the rhythm in your head and not base it visually. But let's see if we can land it. Okay, we landed it, and I'm not sure if you can tell from the little thing on the right here or if it happens too fast, but if you slow it down, I'm literally just if I'm not even thinking about timing it correctly, I'm just pressing the buttons right after he does each attack. And for this, you cannot be mashing. It can't be like light punch, medium, medium, heavy stuff, or it won't work. If you do too many inputs or skip to the next input before you've like done the input for the other one, it just will not work and he'll just stop halfway through. So I'll do it one more time and maybe and put it in half speed and see that like really after he does the attack, he goes punch, punch, punch. So after he does the attack, then I do my input. And for the light punch version, it's a little bit easier, but it gets harder when we use the medium and heavy punch version. But it does get this little indicator on the screen. Hey, first try. And when we do the medium and heavy punch version, that actually becomes two enders. That was a heavy kick ender we used there, so after we do the full sequence, you can either press heavy kick or heavy punch. And the heavy punch, I think, does the exact same amount of damage, but it just side switches. Oh, no! I messed up the last part. Are you kidding me? No! No! So we get this big cinematic side swap if you press the heavy punch version. As you can see there, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's a rhythm game. It's just like a weird timing after he hits a thing, because there's no rhythm I'm basing it to. I'm also not hitting it at the same time he's doing his things. I'm just doing this weird like post-hit delay stuff. And I guess once I know the rhythm in my head, then I can base it off of that rhythm, but I'm not basing it off of any rhythm in the game, so I question and I challenge them calling this a rhythm mechanic. But as you can see, it does a bunch more damage, and if I do the heavy punch version, it basically just becomes harder. Let's see. Hey, first try. If I shut up and focus on it, I guess I can get it. But as you can see, it does a bit more damage. Pretty damaging for a level 2 super. And there are some crazy stuff you can do with this, like if you leave it only partway through, you can actually combo off of the hits, but we are not talking about that. Just landing the super is enough for me. That's getting combos off of ending it partway through is for another day. But just for little tips as to how to end this, you're definitely gonna have to try it in training mode before you use it online. And yeah, I think just the main thing to aim for is not trying to actually time it, and just time it just right after right after he does each hit, then you press the button. And I guess I kind of get a feel for the rhythm after I've done it a few times in a row. I feel like I lose that pretty quickly. And doing the medium and heavy punch version is kind of handy because it gives you that little bit of satisfaction of the glowing things afterwards. And the rhythm also is not consistent. You're not pressing like light, medium, heavy in an even input. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think the medium kick one is slightly delayed. I don't know. Wait, let me try it one more time to see. Yeah, the light kick and the medium kick are both slightly more delayed than the rest of them, just to make it even more confusing, but hey, practice it yourself. Practice pressing the buttons right after he does it, and then maybe you'll get amazing at inputting it and you'll become a rhythm pro. I don't know. I don't think I will become one, but I'll have to practice. And then level 3 is down, back punch. Let's just move on from the supers quickly down. It's a big chunk of damage, and it's a big chunk of damage considering the fact that you can combo off of it super easily from our machine gun uppers. So you can just easily dial it into them from basically the end of the entire special move. So you can just use the same enders you were going to use anyways and easily combo into level 3. And as you can see, that does a little bit of damage, and that wasn't even the CA version. One thing is I don't think you can actually cancel it after these kicks. You can do it after the medium one, I believe, but that has to be pretty fast. You have to be really inputting quickly. But unfortunately, after the double hitting heavy one, you cannot. I think you can do it after the level 2 as well, yep. And of course, to combo into the level 2, I forgot to mention, you can do it from the machine gun uppers. I messed it up, but at least I finished it. And you can also do it from this. And you can also choose to mess it up. Level 1, I guess you'll just be comboing it from like little pokes or stuff, or just using it as an invincible wake up, because your level 2 and level 3 are far cooler and far more damaging. Okay, but that's all for the special moves. I think we need to talk about his game plan and his combos, and then we actually try him out before we start thinking about too many things. So, general combos off of our little pokes. 3 pokes into down forward medium kicks works pretty well. Depending on how close I am to the opponent, I can also, and if I have a charge, I can also go into the hey. Especially if I'm close to the corner, that's really cool, which is good damage and just very satisfying. And if they are like blocking it or something and I do have the charge, I can also go into like this projectile, which, you know, does have a gap, but it's an option. But yeah, most of the time I think we're going to be going into that or into this target combo to leave the opponent standing. If we really like going for the standing vortexes. Then off of our mediums, most of our mediums are kind of pokes that we just kind of throw out or use for pressure. Standing medium punch, as we mentioned, and combo into light kick. Into our down forward heavy kicks, we'll go for that a bunch. But if we ever get some kind of like extended combo, like a crouching medium punch into a drive rush, we'll do this drive rush combo. So drive rush into down heavy punch, standing light kick, down heavy punch, standing medium kick, crouching medium punch into either the heavy sobot kicks or actually, can you even go for that? Yeah, okay, never mind. The light machine gun upper doesn't work. We're gonna go for either the heavy or the light sobot kicks to get a knockdown. And then that'll look like this. And we can obviously loop that over and over again, but I like to go for my plus on block standing medium punch. And if I am gonna loop it, I'm gonna loop it using that or go for strike throw. Also, just generally off of drive rushes, because drive rush is so amazing, getting a drive rush into a crouching medium punch means you can go into this. So you can go medium punch, crouching heavy punch. But depending on the range, that puts them too far away, so I generally just like to go for 2 crouching medium punches so that I get more consistent combos. And if I drive rush into crouching heavy punch, that's also really good, because then I can kind of just go for the end of the combo, and hopefully I'm close enough. Otherwise, I can just do the same regular ender we've been doing the entire time. Also drive rush into soup plus spinning kick, or drive rush into a sweep is really good, but the combos from them aren't going to be as interesting. Of course, from this one, we can go for that. So that's actually pretty good because it leaves me close enough, and it's like really plus, and the same will apply for drive rush medium, but you just have to make sure you're really close, otherwise this stuff whiffs, and you want to make sure you either drive rush really close or don't bother going for these loops. If I do that, I can go for just straight into it and make the loop a little shorter. Off of a drive impact, either mid-screen or in the corner, we can go for this combo. Where is it? Where we just dash in, heavy punch into down back heavy punch with a machine gun upper, get a lot of damage, and then safe jump in with heavy kick or medium kick. And it works particularly well in the corner because you don't even need to hit the drive impact. And it still works, and your safe jump becomes guaranteed. And I guess that's kind of all. There are, of course, a bunch of specialty combos and situations we can go for, like after our projectile, like the OD version, we can dash in and then go for that, and depending on how close we are, we can get a machine gun upper. But I honestly just like going for these because it's a lot easier to connect and I don't flop it. And yeah. Oh yeah, also, we have really good special moves that extend combos, so if I am up close and I don't feel like using a drive rush, like, I could do this drive rush combo, but there may be situations where I've just gone for this and I just want to go straight into my launcher and maybe don't want to spend the 3 bars for the drive rush. I can go into this launcher, if the opponent blocks it, well then I have safe overhead low mix, but then if they get hit by it, it's pretty easy to hit confirm and go for the launcher and go for this lovely combo here. Which does a nice chunk of damage, bunch of corner carry, decent knockdown, and in the corner I can also end it with my flash kicks. For a lovely knockdown that goes into a safe jump and pretty decent damage. And I think that's basically every situation we're going to need a combo. Obviously the crumple off of a level 1 super, as we mentioned, leads into the same combos as a drive impact. If I'm close enough, I go for this, or if I am far away, maybe I hit an extended limb, drive rush into this, into the heavy version. And if I'm ever connecting into the level 2, pray for my life. I will practice maybe a little bit after I end before I go online, just to get this timing down pat. But going into level 2 can lead to a really cool amount of damage off of things, and it also really good to use in neutral, because as you can see I can throw it out from here, and he'll go straight through projectiles or anything the opponent is trying to do, and if I can land this great amount of damage from easy whip punishes, that's really handy. And if I hit it in the corner, I can side switch to put them in the corner. It's just very, very useful, and I want to get good at actually landing it. And yeah, that's basically everything. And then our game plan, of course, when we are from a little bit further distance and we're not going for all of our fake outs, plus on block normals, like mix up, dandy step, strike throw stuff, I'm a little further away. I'm going to be basically just playing the charge character game and holding down back. I can play a little bit turtley with my phasing projectiles, either throw the doubles, which, you know, does more damage and degrades their drive gauge more, or I can throw the single one, which travels a bit slower and is a bit safer. Or I can fake them out and then they jump and I hit them out of the air with this backwards heavy kick. Or I can just be standing here and if they ever jump, I can easily go into my hey anti-airs, or just go for this because it's a little easier and has a slightly better hitbox. Or I can anti-air with my jump medium punch and get the combo from jump medium punch. Actually, can he do this like Lily? I just want to test this. This isn't going to be a combo you're going for a lot, but okay, no you can't. Yeah, that's basically everything in the game plan. Throw projectiles, get close, go ridiculous. We've got this, we've got these. We can always go into a feint. We can always go into a jump feint. And we can always go for safe projectiles, or feint projectile. Depending on how far you are, they'll be safe. And we can always go for this long-reaching like thing. We can also go for safe low, plus unblock overhead. And of course we can always drive rush into our amazing drive rush combos, or our drive rush pressure will also be amazing. Because basically any button we use will become hella plus. And booyah, Bob's your uncle. I think that's basically a combo for every situation and a game plan for every situation. So hey, we've rambled enough. You're sick of me talking? Let's try them out online. Alright, very first battle with Deejay against Guile himself. That's pretty appropriate, actually. Guile 2 versus Guile. Okay, wait, I forgot. What are our good neutral buttons? This kind of works because it can become kind of plus. Also, we've got a good stand medium kick, good drive impact. Oh yeah, not stand medium kick as an anti-air though. Hey, we can beat your default projectiles, bro. Gotcha. Wait, what do we go for? Oh, yeah. And let's see if he doesn't roll back. We can go for a safe jump. Oh! Safe jump gets hit by DP. Classic. I wasn't blocking after it. Forgot that's kind of the important part of a safe jump. Ow! Very dead, yep. The thing about going for the double projectiles, if you use it in range where it can be punished, it just becomes extra punishable. Nice. Oh, ooh. Oh, yeah, I didn't get the massive drive impact because I didn't absorb anything. That sucks. I can zone you out. Oh. Surely I can punish this. Okay, cool. Oh, and actually hit early enough that I think I could have cancelled into a big ol' machine gun upper. That would have been pretty good. Ah, yeah. Hey, I've got a great anti-air. Why am I using it? Oh, okay, I used it too early. No, it's too fast for me. No, 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 no. Alright. Bit of a shoddy first round, a little bit holy. I think the only thing we kind of did there was successfully throw some air slashers. But come on, I think we can do more than that. Okay, remember, we need to go for our conversion buttons. So after we like go for jump ins and stuff, we should go for our crouching heavy punch or our standing medium kick, or just anything that's actually slightly useful. Ouch. So we can actually get our cool conversions, or at least a drive rush. This is good enough though. We'll take this. Once again, what the hell was that? Forgetting what my... Let's just go for a heavy punch into the heavy machine gun uppers as a punish counter. That sounds good to me. Oh, damn it, that didn't connect. I was gonna drive rush after that. I know what you're waiting for there, bro. Ow! Damn. Okay. Messed up combos, messed up punish counters. We can do this. Ah, damn it. No! Okay. The anti-air I'm using in like the worst way possible. Also, I'm doing my combos in the worst way possible. I'm doing them in the absolute worst way possible. No! It's too many great buttons that like overlap. So I like don't know which ones to press at what time. Let's fish for this plus unblock normal. Nice. Safe jump actually works properly in the corner, and I was gonna block that time, I promise. Let's try to like drive rush in this time. Okay. Slightly not fast enough, but nearly. Completely whiffed that. Okay, I didn't do the full combo, but at least I did something. Hey, wait, what? What's my level 3 input? I was doing down forward punch. That's it, right? Oh no, that's level 2. What's level 3? Is it down, back, down, back? I think it is. Whoopsie. Well, we still got the round. Thumbs up. 2 rounds in a row. That's actually, that's kind of good. I don't think we did anything more. Oh, damn it. Machine gun upper. Oh yeah, we've also got that really good sweep. Nice. Too many drive impacts. A classic Rookie's era. Ow. Hey, we actually did it. And we got the throw. Let's go. We're doing DJ stuff. Hey, and we actually used the right button after drive rush, or an okay button after drive rush, instead of random stuff. Nice flash kick. Ooh, okay, that wasn't a punish. Awesome. Damn it. Damn it. It's anti-airing me. It's sad. Oh, and this guy loves his throws a lot more than I expect him to. That's like a jury thing, not a guile thing, to just dash in for a throw. It catches me so off guard. Okay, let's try and actually use this anti-air. There we go. There we go. Finally using it at the right time. Damn it, I can't get a drive rush up. Oh, that's very punishable. Oh my god, I did not mean to press it again. Well, that was meant to be it. Flash kicks. Let's see if we can actually get the level 3 this time for a big chunk of damage. We could have gotten more punches, but still. Should be pretty nice. Thought he was gonna flash kick for sure. Damn it, too far away. Okay. A lot of whipped buttons, a lot of dropped combos. Some combos actually slightly landed in that round though. So we can see the progressive improvement. From a decisive lose to 2 wins in a row, that's improvement. Manon. Manon is definitely up there in popularity with the likes of Cammy. I think probably half of the matches I've played and like the whole week have been against Manon, which makes sense. I love her too. Let's see how we go against her with DJ. I think she's gonna start with that low, so I'm just gonna be ready for... She did the overhead. Nasty, nasty. Oh, damn, okay. Lots of drive impacts. Oh, okay, yeah, and she's got a very long throw. Right, well, that was a very Manon round. Let's see if the next one can be a little bit more of a Jamie round. Ah, damn it, that whiffed. Okay, that button really doesn't reach as far as I'd like it to, so I think I should... Oh, crap. No. Hey, you messed up the conversion, lol. Hey, wait, where'd my conversion go? I tried to go into level 2. Oh, damn it, that was meant to be my flashes. No! Let's not die, let's not die. Let's try. Okay. Mash on buttons, mash on lows. It always works eventually. We've got a CA for the last round, so we can use any of our supers, or after any of our machine gun uppers, we can just go for level 3. Oh, that goes under that? Damn. Oh, thanks. Yeah, let's just... Okay, never mind, let's not. Hey, I'm very plus there. How dare you? Ah. It's not the combo. Drive rush into... Oh, crap. No. Very bad. We're in a bad position. No, that was meant to be level 1 to try and punish whatever she was doing. Okay. The threat of the command grabs made me very scrambly there. Even more scrambly than I already was. Let's see if we can play it a little bit more calm. Okay. I'm mashing and blocking at all the wrong times. I think we can block occasionally and not constantly be trying to jump out of command grabs. And also we can anti-air, since we've got a great anti-air. How about we start doing that? Oh crap. Oh, thanks, I guess. Oh, whoa, okay, okay. Right. Actually, what did she do at round start? I think she just kind of walked forward. So what if I try and be the sneaky one and go for a jump? And I'm become my own grappler. Damn it, yeah, that low always catches. Gotcha. Oh, and I have a level 3. Should I use it now? Yeah, let's do it. It should kill, maybe, or maybe not, actually. Come on, drive impact scaling, don't be too bad. Yes. Got it. No, 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 no. Okay, okay. What was that? What was that? Have we Let's Learned? Have we suddenly downloaded for this match? I actually converted some things, and I actually punished some things. Whoa, look at me go. Actually playing the character to a somewhat noticeable or reasonable way. Oh, damn it. But that low will always catch me. Ooh, nice. Very patient. Yeah, it's definitely too far for that. Oh, thanks. God damn it, that stupid low. No! Crap, okay. Actually, I don't know why I wasn't doing more of that. I should have done buttons into specials since she can get chipped out. My air slasher has probably become pretty plus at that point. Nice anti-air. Oh! Hey, we got the stuff. We got the juice now. Oh, damn it, I thought I could get that double encounter hit. No! I'm dying. It's okay. I'm not in burnout, she didn't go for level 3. Ow, ow, ow. Bam, bam, bam! Yes, that's enough! Okay, guys, does anything say we Let's Learned more than this win rate at the bottom here? Lose, win-win. And a new match, we lose, but then we win-win. Look at this. Who are we? What's his name? Bear Grylls? We overadapt, we cut. God damn it, what is it? We improvise, we adapt, and overcome. God damn it. DJ's too fun. I haven't even used any of his fake outs, god. Damn it. Oh, and now online is down. Because of certain server maintenance, what? Does that mean I can sit on one of these little desks with someone? Or is it gonna crash my game? Oh, come on, surely we can get this double DJ. No, okay. Well, I guess that's the end for today. We've Let's Learned kind of, but I would have liked to play a little bit more. But maybe we can add in some extras later. Anyways, if this is the end, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. And I definitely will be playing DJ again, because although I did get like some very basic stuff going at the end there, I still didn't get to use any of my cool fake outs or my fake jump. I don't think I used a single jump down light kick, which is the main thing he goes for. So there's certainly more for us to do with this character. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you in whenever we can play again. Bye bye.